I see disruption over the next couple of years?
We're sort of anticipating that the same things that have happened in the equity space will now start to shift and happen in fixed income, in corporate debt, and other asset classes that have different market structures today. And at the end of the day, we suspect really that those markets are going to look very much like the equity markets in some way.
When you look at certain technologies like Bitcoin, where it allows you in a trustless way to define who owns what, those ideas are very exciting. Do I personally think that Bitcoin is the answer? I personally don't think that, but something of that form is something that I think can disrupt the financial industry.
I see the disruption in a fundamental change in the way financial services are delivered. I see a lot of these services becoming mobile, and I see a lot of these services reaching larger set of audiences than they have ever reached. The second wave of disruption that I see is internationalization of financial services. One of the biggest trends that we're seeing when we are battling it out every day is the fact that there is a fundamental redefinition of an investor. China, Asia, Singapore, India are all investing globally. They invest in the US markets, and so are US retail investors investing internationally.
I think that over the next 5 years, we're going to see pretty significant influences from regulatory pressures and regulatory changes. The Basel Committee is definitely not done with Basel III. The Dodd-Frank rules still have to come into play, and we have very large asset managers that are starting to face more controls and stricter regimes about their liquidity of their assets under management. At the same time, we have private sector changes and demographic changes that are sweeping the industry. So I think we're an industry that is constantly evolving and adapting and changing, and sometimes those are more seismic shifts when it's punctuated by some change in regulation or change in technology, and sometimes they're gradual. Right now, I think we're going through a period of pretty seismic shifts as technology really takes a hold in a marketplace that hasn't had a lot of innovation for decades.